Hey guys, welcome back to yet another episode of my podcast, the 4 a.m. Talks. I'm your host, Manoj Velu, and I'm super excited to bring this episode to you. So, today it's a cool Tuesday. It is in Bangalore, and we are super excited. This is going to be a fantastic week. There's going to be 3 episodes that is going to come up Tuesday, Friday, and Sunday. So, Tuesdays and Fridays, you're going to listen to my stories, and on Sundays you're going to listen to my sister's poems. So get ready for this amazing week, and let's get right into today's episode. So you know if I ask you a question, how was your week, how was your last weekend? So some might say it went pretty well, thanks, and few might say it was okay, few might say it's challenging. So, for those who say it's challenging, this episode is right up to them. It's up to them to take this episode very seriously, because this is what I'm going to talk about, and this is called challenge. So, challenge in your professional and personal life is going to shape your career and as a person in your personal life. As a person in your personal life means, like, you might go into some sort of difficulties, some sort of hurdles. You need to pass that. If you say that I can't do it, the result. So you'll not be able to do it, and you'll get caught into that idea of not challenging that hurdle, or that the question of getting to that challenge mode to whatever the difficulties that you face. It applies the same for the professional life as well. So you may ask me how one can take inspiration from this topic called challenge. I'm going to reveal you certain things, but before that, I will try to explain you this concept by telling you a story. So imagine John Carpenter, and his competitor is Eric. They both are pretty good sprinters. They have a very good record. Their past record is really good. So, more than 50,000 people have gathered to, watch them, challenge themselves in this sprint. As they get ready for the race, they look at each other. The audience were really excited. They were on their feet. They knew that they are going to witness something really great, and this sprint will be the greatest of all time. They knew that. So as they get along, Eric and John compete. Both give tough fight. They battle really hard. At the end, it was Eric who won, and John Carpenter wins the third place, and he gets a bronze. After the race, there was this presentation. So the first place gets a gold medal, the second gets a silver, and the third gets a bronze medal. So they call their names respectively. Like, the first place goes to Eric. So he goes up to that podium and wants to receive his medal. He stands up on that podium. The second place, there's another person who comes in and stands. And the third place goes to John Carpenter, but he is nowhere found. They call his name, but everybody is pointing out that he went out to this dressing room. Everyone was shocked. Eric thought John Carpenter was really disappointed. So as soon as the presentation was over, Eric decided to meet John Carpenter. He goes up to his dressing room. He asks, where is John Carpenter, because he can't find him. One of the trainees in that training room, tells Eric that John Carpenter has gone to the hospital. Eric was really shocked. He inquires all the details and he goes to the hospital. He sees that John Carpenter is facing a terrible disease. But he didn't reveal it to anyone, and he still put up a fight. And even went on to win the bronze medal. Once Eric went up to meet John, John congratulated Eric by saying, "Congratulations, you are the champion." Eric looked at John and said, "No, man, the real champion is you. If I was in your place, I wouldn't have even, competed in this race. How the hell did you do it?" John Carpenter just smiled and he said that he can't just sit in a chair looking at the racers whoever competed in that race by just watching them and see how they perform. His competitiveness inside him is telling him no way that he's gonna sit there and not participate. He gave his level best. Looking at that, Eric learned a very good lesson. He says, "You have inspired me and I'm going to learn a lot. I've learned a lot from this and I'm going to work a lot harder. Thanks for making me to grow." This is what Eric said. And as he about to leave, John asked Eric, "Wait a second, Eric. The next time around, I'm going to win." And Eric just smiled and said, "Challenge accepted." You see, the challenge of how Eric has accepted. See, he has got that inspiration from that person, and the next minute he challenges him. This is life. This is how it's going to be there for almost everybody. Everyone will go through different phases of difficulties. Everybody will go through different sort of pain. Everybody will get into different modes of hurdles. But the question is on you. You're going to ask yourself whether this is something that is going to cripple me and is going to limit myself and make sure that I'm not going after it, or you say, "I'm going to take this as a challenge and move forward in life." This is a simple question that you need to ask. So for John Carpenter, it was, a sprint. It was a sprint. For you, it could be entrepreneurship. It could be your project deadline. You may be starting a YouTube channel. You wanted to become a sports person. What are the challenges that you're facing in your professional life? Ask yourself these questions. Separate it with 2 columns, professional, personal. What are the challenges that you're facing? What is the most difficult part that you're facing right now in personal and professional life? And sit down and see how you can go through and take it as a challenge and go after it. If you might say, "I don't know if I could win," I'm going to tell you this. Everybody have role models in their life. If you go up to them and ask them, they would say the same thing. There is no 100% guarantee that anyone could win. It's just that opportunity and how you reflect back on those challenges that is going to put you ahead in the game, versus the number of people that are trying for the same thing. There is this quote by Kobe Bryant which, made me think about it for a very long time. So as I was revealing you about the story about John Carpenter and Eric, Kobe Bryant specifically answered a question where he was asked about the challenges and everything, and he was playing, even though he had injuries. So at that moment he said, if you let someone to to play and you make sure that you sit and watch, you're letting others to win easily. You're letting yourself down, and at the same time you're making others to win. So think about it. Challenges are the most important thing. It can make your life better. It can take you to new heights. It can make you a better person. It can change your life, and it can transform your life to a whole new level. If you are committed, saying that, I'm going to take this challenge and move forward in life. But taking challenge as it is will not, make you to tackle the challenge. To tackle the challenge, you need a plan, you need a strategy. That is a whole different episode. But what I just wanted you to understand is, you need to take up the challenges. You need to understand that everybody is going through something. And if you take that and move forward, it will be a really amazing transformation of your life in both your personal and professional way. So, by the end of this episode, I just wanted you to reflect on these questions. What are the challenges that I'm facing in personal and professional life? Write it down. See how you could tackle those challenges and go forward and try out the strategies that you wanted to try. And you would learn a lot through that journey. So, with that being said, have a wonderful Tuesday. And before we end this episode, I really wanted to thank you, because every day, every week, you come in and tune into our podcast, listen to my stories, listen to my sister's poems every Sunday, and you constantly, motivate us, encourage us, and that will help us to do our work a lot better. And if you really want us to talk about some topic, you could mention that in the comment section if you're watching it on YouTube, or if you're watching it in any of the audio platforms, you can email us, and we would be really happy to check that out and bring that episode to you. So with that being said, have a wonderful day, everyone. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.